What's going on, my friends? It's Bob. I'm back again with another video. If there's one glimmering hope for this year, is that the pandemic has helped reduce some of our car insurance costs. And what you need to do right now, guys, right now, is take absolute advantage of the fact that car insurance rates are dropping. So I'm going to share with you 4 ways that you can save money on your car insurance starting today. Stay tuned. Well, welcome back, Sweet Lifers. If you are not a Sweet Lifer, consider subscribing today. If you're into learning hacks and tips to improve your personal finances so you can crush debt, build wealth, and live your ultimate sweet life, I want to talk about saving money on car insurance. You know, it's one of those things, it's one of those evils that you have to have, especially in the state of the world that we live in 2020. We've noticed, especially during March through May, according to carinsurance.org, there is 88% less drivers behind the wheel out on the road. And because of that, some of the car insurance companies have actually been offering refunds to people. Maybe you have received a refund in your bank account over the last couple months as a result of less claims and less accidents. Give me a like if you got one of those. But really, that was just a small piece of the puzzle, guys. Just because you got a refund, or even if you didn't get a refund, right now's the time. I want to share these 4 tips with you on how you can save much, much more than your piddly little refund for your car insurance. So let's get right to it. The very first thing you need to consider is to shop around. And I know that sounds kind of basic, but that's an important piece. Every 6 months to 1 year, you should be looking around at the different car insurance rates to make sure that you are getting the best absolute rate. Things change all the time, and especially right now, with the state of what's going on, it's very, very important to take advantage of the lower rates. Now, your car insurance company could just be holding you steady, but there's like a world out there with another car insurance company that could save you literally hundreds of dollars by simply switching over and getting the same amount of coverage. So what I also recommend is if you're not familiar, or if you're not comfortable with going into individual car insurance companies directly for a quote, get yourself an insurance broker. These are people that have connections and have understandings of hundreds, potentially, of different insurance companies, especially in the state that you live in, and they can get you the best rate and sometimes even offer you additional discount. Number 2, stack up on those discounts. There are a lot of different discount opportunities available for you if you take the right approach. Allstate, Geico, State Farm. Some of these car insurance companies actually offer discounts based on things like bundling insurance, such as your home insurance and stuff like that. They'll offer you discounts if you're a student, if you're in the military, if you have green grass. I mean, it's funny the type of discounts that they sometimes offer you, especially if you're shopping around for new insurance. It'll be very fun when you go onto the website. They'll offer you bizarre discounts for very bizarre things. Take advantage of those because those things will add up. Another thing that I really like, is Progressive. They have the Snapshot program. If you're not familiar with that, they'll send you a little tiny thing, and I got mine about a year ago, and you keep it for around, I think, a month. And you plug it into your OBD2 port, which they explain where that is in your car if you're not familiar, and it basically judges your driving habits. How hard you push the brake, how fast you go, how fast you accelerate. Well, it's really cool. So we did the snapshot both on my car as well as my wife's car for the period of time that they were judging us. And they came back and said, hey, we're gonna give you $66 off your rate, and we're gonna give your wife $15 off of her rate, which we now know who the better driver is. Number 3, and this is an important one, guys, drop the crap and reduce the deductible. Now, this one's for my sweet lifers out there, okay, guys? When you start messing with these 2 things in tip number 3, it's important, it's vital to make sure that your financial house is in order. Here's what I do. I raise the deductible on all the different like medical and all the things that come with a deductible. I raise that to the maximum that the insurance company allows. So I know, for example, right now we have Progressive, and if we raise that up to a $1,000 deductible, of course that means if anything does happen, you're paying out of pocket up to $1,000. But because I raise that up, it drops my rate sometimes significantly. The other thing is you can forego comprehensive and collision insurance if you're out of debt. And that's important. Make sure that you're out of debt. So pay the cars off in full. And on top of that, make sure you have a big enough emergency fund that if something happens to your car, you smash it into something, somebody smashes into you, and the car is completely totaled, you need to be okay with saying, well, stinks to be me, but I'm gonna walk over and buy myself a new car in cash. You gotta be in that mindset. So just dropping one of those on mine, here's a screenshot example of this. Dropping one, which was comprehensive, say $44 on our rate. That I think is a pretty good amount of money to drop on a rate. Now again, it's a little bit of a gamble. If something happens, you're not covered. But if you're in debt, or there could be an issue with the car that you can't financially secure, make sure you keep that coverage. I'm not an insurance expert. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just things that I use to save money that I'm sharing with you here on the Sweet Life Money channel. Now, number 4, and it goes along a little bit with the snapshot thing I was talking about with Progressive, is drive safe. I know that that's another basic one, but it's important to drive safe, and here's why. Traffic tickets and accidents, even the smallest traffic ticket, maybe you're speeding or you did something silly like running through a red light, that can actually over time add $100 onto or more onto your rate. And you don't want your rate jacking up that high as a result of something that you could have potentially controlled. So if you're enjoying this video, give me a like. I actually have a bonus tip for you. And if you would enjoy more videos around how you can save more money with car insurance, drop a comment below and I'll let you know some other things. Got some other things that I have done over the years with our car insurance to really make sure that we're getting the coverage we need, but saving the money we want to save. Okay, so here's the bonus tip. And this really applies for those of you that don't drive a lot. So let's say you work from home. Let's say you don't actually travel a whole lot. There are companies, and there's quite a few of them now, that offer a pay-as-you-go type of insurance rate. So instead of just paying an outright insurance rate, it's basically pay per mile, or what they call usage rates. So let's say you drive like once a month, or maybe even once every 6 months, I don't know, whatever that rate is, you can go check it out. A lot of companies nationwide, I believe Allstate, I think Progressive now has this. There's a lot of insurance companies that now offer you these deals that sometimes you'll pay a small, very small base rate, and then you'll pay per mile on your insurance. Well, that's it for today, guys. As always, if you have comments, if you have questions, or something I missed, comment below and let me know. Otherwise, as always, thank you for stopping by and checking out the Sweet Life Money channel. Continue to live your sweet life because you're worth it. Have an awesome day, and we will see you next time.